Hello and welcome to another edition of RouteSavvy Quick Tips. Today's topic is going to be a little bit in-depth discussion of visualization, which is an incredibly powerful way to use RouteSavvy's capabilities. First way to visualize is by putting different colored icons on the map. You can see right now I have just all kind of the same colored icons. What I can do is, this is Route 1, and I'm going to come over to the Map tab, make a new folder. I'll call that Route 1, and then I'll just pick a good icon and color for it and save it. And then I can see which stops are on that route because the route is active in the route planner, and I can see the stop numbers on here. Now this 1 and 9 is my start and my end, so that's really kind of not part of the route, or that's not part of the route that I want to organize into that folder. So I just want the kind of the stops in the middle. I'm going to use this polygon tool. Be careful with the polygon tool. If the cursor becomes a hand, it means you're clicking on a stop or something else. As long as the cursor is a crosshair, then I'm actually clicking on the polygon tool. Finish. And I'm going to right click this and choose Move Visible Locations to another folder. Route 1. And I could pick a different icon here, but I already picked the icon. Gee, I don't remember what icon I picked, but when I picked it, when I created that folder, it made sense. So I'm going to check this box. Whatever icon I already picked for this folder, Route 1, use that icon. So I save it, and there are my blue flags. And I'll show you that one more time. I'm going to take a look at Route 2. I like to just highlight this and do a Control-C to copy it. That way my folder name matches my route name. Now let me look and see what stops. Okay, I only have a few stops on this route. I'm going to go over here to the Map tab, make a new folder, and that route is pretty much only by these blue flags. So I'm going to pick a different color. How about dark green, and not a flag, maybe a star. Save it, polygon tool, select just the stops on my route. Again, I don't typically select the start and end. And then I'm going to right click and stick it, move visible locations to another folder. And it looks like I didn't name this folder, so I'm going to check my box. My icons are named now, and since I forgot to name it, I'm going to click on the wrench, go to Folder Properties, Route 2, save it. Now I have a folder that matches my Route 1 and my Route 2. And I could go through here and I could change all of these. I could do the same thing for Route 3, just select those. I could do Route 4. And say later, say I decide to move this one to, let's say, stop 8. I decide to move that to Route 3. So stop 8 on Route 8. I'm going to move that. So I'm going to do change stop route. I'm going to move that to Route 3. So I moved it, but then there it is. You could manually change that icon. So, and usually what I'll do is still use the shape, even though I'm only doing a single location. Just seems easier to me usually. Move it to another folder, and then I'd move that to the Route 3 folder. I didn't create a Route 3 folder yet. So another way you can do it is if you have, Monday truck 1 and Monday truck 2, you could use the same symbol. Let's say this was Monday Route 1 and this was Monday Route 2. I could easily use the same symbol, so this other one's a star. So I'll use the star here, but a different colored star. So now I have light green and dark green, and so anytime I see a star, I know that oh, okay, this is a Monday route because it's a star, but I can see this is a different color. So the star tells me that's Monday, but the color tells me it's a different route than this lighter green over here. So there are a lot of ways that you can really kind of come up with your own system and make it work for you. Obviously, at RouteSavvy, we try to help you as much as possible to get the most out of the software. So if you have any trouble figuring out what's the best thing that works for me and my business, we'll always sit down and meet with you and discuss your needs and try to help you come up with something. Now, another cool thing about the visualization, and I'll show you, is a different topic, but still visualization. You notice we have route lines, we have icons, but then we also have different colored roads. This road's kind of purplish, this road's kind of yellowish. The background of the map, this is kind of a beige, this is green, water is blue. So we have all these crazy colors going on. And then we have the colors of our route lines and our icons. And if you're a little colorblind like me, or probably even worse if you're a lot colorblind, this could get kind of confusing. So what you can do is come up to where it says road, and my favorite one is grayscale. So when I really want to focus on my icons and the colors and my route line colors, and I only want to see my routes and my locations, my stops, I will use that grayscale. You can still see the bodies of water. You can still see the roads, and by the thickness of the line, you can see how big that road is. But it doesn't overwhelm you with all of these, blues and greens and things that could potentially blend into some of your icon colors, especially. So that is another thing that you can play around with. Grayscale works the best for me, but there are some other options here. Canvas dark, maybe you have light sensitive eyes and you want to use that. Canvas light, I don't see the difference between that and road. But those options are there. Another thing to keep in mind is that you can customize the color of your route lines. If I zoom in here, I have a dark brown and I have a light brown, and they're really kind of close to each other and they're sort of in the same area. So what I might want to do is leave this brown over here, but then this brown, it's got a brown route on one side of it and it's got a green route on the other side of it. So maybe this route line should be a different color, like a very different color from brown or green. So I can highlight that route, go to Route Planner, and see that's the one that's selected here. And I'm going to hit Edit, and I'll say, okay, I want something that's not brown and not green. I don't know, maybe I really can't see it very well. Let me just do red. So now this red does not blend with this green at all, and the red does not blend with this kind of greenish, tannish, medium green, I guess that is there, and it doesn't blend with this brown. And then, of course, I run into this issue where this one kind of blends in with this one, so maybe I change this one a little bit too. And I say, oh, that color of green to my poor little eyes, it's a little bit close to this brown here. And so I'll edit that one and maybe make it this weird teal aqua thing. And again, I can't really see that color so well on the map, which is why I might go over to grayscale and make that pop out a little bit more. So those are just two really good key ways that you can use RouteSavvy to help with visualization. And also don't forget you can control what icons are visible as well. That's one reason to put things into different folders. So if these were my Monday routes, as I said earlier, I could hide everything else. These were my Monday routes, this route 1 and 2. I could hide all of the other routes. And say, I just want to see my Monday routes. So now that I've got things into folders, it's really easy to hide the locations and then also hide the route lines. So now I'm only seeing my Monday routes on the map. Everything else is still there. I can easily bring up, let's say that was Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday and Friday. I can bring those right back up. And any of the other folders, I could just show those back on the map. So again, if you feel like you have any trouble seeing, these could be really good tips. A big part of the power of RouteSavvy is that ability to visualize things. Use that visual part of the human brain to make sense of your routes. And so these tips could help. And then again, if you need additional help, always just reach out to us. You can email support@routesavvy.com, and we'll be glad to help you out. Thanks for watching.